The charity that our group decided to donate money for is St. Jude's Hospital. Um, and St. Jude's Hospital is one of the leaders in the industry. They do research and find treatments for children with cancer. And one thing that we really liked about St. Jude's is that they don't turn any child away, regardless of religion, race, gender, or the family's ability to pay. They always find a way to treat the child. So our group's really passionate about this charity, and it's something that we really believe in. So I personally was able to raise about $200 in total donations. And that was from friends, family members, and from a couple of local businesses. Happy Valley Endodontics down in Provo, Utah, donated. And from this exercise, I learned that it's really easy to ask people for money when it's something that you're passionate about and it's something that you really truly believe in. Normally, it's kind of awkward to ask for money, but it was a lot easier in this context, asking for childhood cancer. And I think that it's the same for entrepreneurs. If they really truly believe in their startup idea, then it's really easy to raise funds, and it's easy to translate this to an entrepreneurial standpoint.
All right, so for my portion of the assignment, I really wanted to test my salesmanship and copywriting abilities. So I chose to sell something that I thought was complete and total garbage. So I literally dug out an old used knife set and a broken clock. And after doing so, I immediately went to work on creating fantastic copy and taking amazing pictures. And even with all of that, it was extremely difficult to get somebody to buy them. And the first 2 days, I actually got two people that were interested in the knife set. And after some negotiation, one person wanted to meet with me. So I gave them all of my information, all of my details, my address, and shortly thereafter, they never contacted me again. So fast forward to 467 views later, and I finally got somebody to actually buy the knife set for $7. And I even got somebody else to buy the broken clock for $10. So in total, I contributed $17 to my group. And what I learned was that one man's junk really is another man's treasure.
Hi, my name is Austin Smith, and I was able to raise $50 for the St. Jude's Children's Hospital. And how I was able to raise this was the fact that I contacted any extended family that was willing to donate any, and while most had already made their yearly donations for tax purposes, I was still able to get a few who were willing to dig deep down in their pockets and give me as much as they possibly could. I also went around trying to sell some of a few things that I had in my room in order to make a little extra cash. Uh, and I also went around school to see if anybody was even just willing to donate on the spot. But I come to find that that seemed a little sketchy, just some random dude asking for money for charity donations with no proof or anything. Um, and what I've learned from this experience is that people don't like to donate without proof that it's actually going to the organization. And you really need to have all information available when it comes to seeking the donations because when somebody's just randomly asking for money, that can seem very awkward and unorthodox. And the fact that I didn't have any paperwork or anything, and I wasn't able to provide receipts on directly on hand from the donations, made people a little less forthcoming with their money.
So I raised $20, and how I did this is I knocked on a few of our neighbors' doors and I explained to them our assignment and our class, and then told them what charity we were raising money for, and then they were willing to give me a few dollars each. I also posted on social media, but that actually didn't give me a good response. What I've learned is that it's not easy to raise money, and I am not a people person. Um, Asking for money it can be a little bit uncomfortable for some people, myself being one. Um, Lastly, I realize it does take time to raise money because you need to figure out what you're going to say, how you're going to present it, and who you're going to approach.
So for our charity donations, I raised 50 as well. I wanted to kind of test my resourcefulness actually with this. Down here, I learned using to use the resources I have to create value in exchange for cash. I feel like a lot of these, even if I wasn't donating to charity, would also generate some cash. So I aerated lawns, helped a friend move a mattress in return in exchange for her donating $20. And then I just simply asked a roommate for a donation as well. And then I sold an old sound system I had laying around as well. So, and then I just took pieces of the total cash that I received from that and just added that and added up to $50. So I also learned that the deadline forces you to be creative and resourceful. It puts a certain level of pressure on you to think outside the box a little bit and to actually get things done and raise a little money. So
Okay, so for my portion of the project, I was able to raise $50. The first thing I did was kind of like look around to see what I had that I could make money off of. So I went through my closet and found some old clothes that I was ready to get rid of. So I went to Plato's Closet to see how much I could get for them. Unfortunately, they didn't take as much as I hoped they would because some of it is pretty old stuff. But I got $30 from that. And then afterwards, I knew I wanted to try for a little bit more money. And so I started asking friends and family. I started with my family, and my dad donated 20 bucks. So in total, I raised $50. What I learned from this is actually for me personally, it was a lot harder to go to my friends and family and ask for a donation, which I am passionate about the charity and I think it's great to give back. But it just felt weird that I was doing it like as an individual, like out of the blue kind of thing. I mean, I still did it, but I just feel like people like didn't take it as seriously as if I were like part of an organization that was trying to raise money for something else. So that's just kind of what I gathered from that. I do definitely think it relates to raising money for a startup because if I were to be starting my own business, the first thing I would do would be go to like friends and family and ask if they'd like to invest in my idea and also like go through my own stuff or see what I could do personally to get value out of different things and make more money. So I thought it was kind of cool to do that. In grand total, we raised $774. $387 of that was from our own donations that we got as a team. And then my company that I work for, Nordstrom, does charitable matching. So we were able to do that. They donate dollar for dollar. So in total, that's where we got the $774. And then this is just a couple screenshots of the donation and the matching process. It was really fun to do this and be able to give back. It feels really good to do that. So thank you. That's our presentation.